Welcome back to our channel Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today we're diving into one of Australia's most fascinating coins, the 1970 1-cent coin. At first glance it might look like just a tiny piece of bronze, but in the world of numismatics this coin can be worth big money. We'll uncover what makes it rare, how much it can fetch in the market, and the special varieties that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. So stick around because your old 1-cent coin from 1970 might just be a hidden treasure. Let's get started. The 1970 Australian 1-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia made the historic switch to decimal currency. These coins replaced the old penny system, and the design chosen for the new 1-cent coin is iconic. On the obverse you will find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin. On the reverse the coin proudly displays a beautiful feathertail glider, a small Australian marsupial designed by Stuart Devlin, who was the Royal Australian Mint's official goldsmith and coin designer. This design remained unchanged on the 1-cent coin for many years, making it instantly recognizable across the nation. The 1970 version of this coin was struck in large numbers, but despite this its condition, rarity in certain grades and specific errors make it worth paying attention to. The 1970 Australian 1-cent coin saw an official production of 146,140 coins, which makes it one of the more common issues of its time. On the surface this huge number may suggest that these coins are not rare or valuable. However, collectors know that rarity is not determined by mintage alone. Over the years millions of these coins were removed from circulation, lost, damaged, or melted down. Today finding an example in pristine uncirculated condition is far more difficult than you might think. While circulated examples might not bring much value, uncirculated or mint state coins can fetch strong prices among dedicated collectors, especially when graded by professional services. A typical 1970 1-cent coin in well-circulated condition is usually worth only a few cents, sometimes between 10 to 50 cents depending on condition. However, uncirculated examples can be worth anywhere from $5 to $15, with higher grade coins, especially those graded M as 65 or above, often reaching values between $30 and $100. Proof coins which were struck with special care for collectors can be valued significantly higher, sometimes over $150 depending on the market demand. What really excites collectors though are error coins, those rare minting mistakes that make a coin unique. Error coins are where things get truly fascinating. For the 1970 1-cent coin, notable errors include off-center strikes, double strikes, and die cracks, all of which can increase the coin's value dramatically. Some examples of these error coins have sold for hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and visibility of the error. Collectors prize these unique mistakes because no two error coins are ever exactly alike. This makes the 1970 1-cent coin a potential treasure for sharp-eyed coin hunters, especially if you stumble across one in your old change jars or inherited collections. It's also worth mentioning that the 1970 Australian 1-cent coin has a special place in history because it was part of the Royal Australian Mint's 1970 proof coin sets, which are highly collectible today. These sets were sold to collectors and remain in demand, often trading for strong premiums. If you come across one of these sets intact, it could be worth far more than just the face value of the coins inside. The 1970 proof coins, including the 1-cent piece, were struck with mirrored fields and frosted devices, giving them a beautiful finish that is unmatched by ordinary circulation coins. Another important factor in determining the value of a 1970 1-cent coin is its condition. Collectors use a grading scale ranging from poor, good, fino, very fine, extremely fine, and finally uncirculated or mint state. The higher the grade, the more desirable the coin becomes. Coins that have been kept in protective cases or rolls since 1970, avoiding scratches, dirt, and circulation, were naturally much more valuable. Coins with original red luster, which is the bright coppery shine fresh from the mint, are especially prized. Over time copper coins often turn brown or dark due to oxidation, but those rare examples that retain their original brilliance can sell for a premium. Many collectors often overlook lower denomination coins like the 1-1, focusing instead on silver or gold issues, but this is a mistake. Small copper coins like the 1970 1 cent often tell us just as much about Australia's monetary history as the larger coins, in fact, because so many of these coins were used daily by millions of Australians. They hold a nostalgic connection for people who grew up during that era. Owning a high-grade 1970 1 cent coin is like holding onto a piece of living history, a reminder of simpler times and the beginning decades of decimal currency in Australia. If you are interested in collecting these coins, my advice is to carefully check your old coin jars, family collections, or inherited albums. You might be surprised by what you find. Keep an eye out for coins in the best condition possible, and don't forget to look for those exciting era varieties. For serious collectors, professional grading and authentication can add legitimacy and value to your coin, especially if you plan on reselling it in the future. Auction houses, coin shows, and online platforms are great places to see what similar coins are selling, for giving you a clear idea of the market value of your 1970 1 cent piece. I want to thank you for joining me in exploring the fascinating details behind the 1970 Australian 1 cent coin. While it may not look like much at first, its history, design, mintage, and collector demand prove that even the smallest coins can carry big stories and surprising values. If you enjoyed learning about this coin and want more in-depth guides on valuable coins from around the world, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and click the notification bell so you never miss a future video. Your support helps us keep bringing you more content about rare and valuable coins that could be sitting right in your pocket or tucked away in an old collection. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.